On one of the streets of our city, you could see a fallen fence, and curled up on it was a black cat that no one was interested in. Well, the cat lies there on its own. Let it continue to lie. Only one woman took an interest in the poor cat, fed it, called me, and found out what was going on. It turned out that this fence was left after the demolition of an old house. The house where Lesia lived, and the half-destroyed fallen fence, all that was left of her former life. The cat's owners got a new nice apartment, and they left their 10-year-old pet, who had lived with them his whole life in the same place. Among the ruins remaining from the house. But the loyal animal did not understand that it was just abandoned. She waited all day for the return of her owners, trying not to wander more than a meter from the fence. Why do people treat their pets this way? How can you take a creature that has relied on you all this time and just leave it like some trash? And then sleep peacefully at night in a warm bed, knowing that the animal is out there sick, hungry, and cold. When I found out about the cat, I couldn't sit still. She called a friend who lived near that place and asked her to check on Lesia. Is she still there? I was determined to take the cat, take her to the vet, and then leave her at the shelter. She can't stay outside. Marina didn't object. I am very grateful to her. The girl was so in a hurry that she mixed up her shoes and ran there in different shoes, but it was for a good reason. They didn't have to look for the cat. She was sitting on the same fence shivering from the cold. There was no one around, only occasional passing cars broke the silence. Lesia was all alone, like a reproach to people's conscience. At the veterinary clinic, the cat was examined, and they said that she was about 10 years old. I'm not sure she's 10 years old, because she looks younger. But in any case, it's hard to imagine how a cat 7 to 10 years old suddenly ended up on the street. The vet prescribed treatment for my new tenant. She had been living hungry for too long, so there were minor health problems. Even a long exposure to the cold had left its mark. When other volunteers put Lesia in the car to take her to the animal shelter, she surprised them. Apparently, only then did the cat realize that she had been saved. Anya put her on her lap, and Lesia started purring loudly and kneading her legs instead of being afraid and trying to hide. Lesia was very happy to find herself among people.